News, traffic, and weather for Thursday, May 30th, 2013. News Radio 970 WFLA, Tampa Bay.
I'm Jenny Dean. Our top story at 8 o'clock. Someone sent a couple of letters poisoned with ricin to New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg. Reporter Tara Mergner says there's a full-blown investigation.
The FBI is conducting a joint investigation with the New York Police Department to find out who sent the letters.
I have enormous confidence in the NYPD and the FBI and their procedures.
CBS News has learned the letters were sent anonymously but contained a Louisiana postmark. No one in Washington who came in contact with the letter was injured. However, 3 police officers in New York showed symptoms of ricin poisoning, which have since gone away.
The letters mentioned gun control. Bloomberg has formed a group to push for more gun restrictions, and he says this won't stop him. Let's go to the 24-hour traffic center now for a look at your commute in Daisy Ash.
275 WFLA.
The Tampa Bay forecast from Storm Team 8 meteorologist Lee Spann. Today will be partly cloudy and breezy, a 40% chance of rain, high of 90. Tonight, look for partly cloudy skies and a low of 73. It is currently 74 degrees at 970 WFLA. This news is a service of the Holland Group Retirement Wealth Advisors. This evening is the final farewell party for the St. Pete Pier. It's closing for good tomorrow. St. Pete Councilman Wengay Newton says he won't be celebrating. He thinks it's ridiculous to put people out of work when there's a pending referendum in August on the pier's fate.
The election is going to be in less than 90 days. Why would you get rid of all those jobs on the tail end of losing over 800 jobs from the downtown core when Universal Health went out of business? I mean, this is crazy.
Meantime, today, City Council will hold its agenda review session, and Mayor Bill Foster is expected to propose several peer questions on the August ballot. First, criminal charges were dropped, and now the Polk County School District has decided not to expel Kiara Wilmot from Bartow High School for causing a chemical explosion on campus that was part of a science project. Her attorney, Larry Hardaway, says he's been negotiating with prosecutors and school administrators for the past few weeks.
I believe they were inclined to do the right thing, yet they were under regulation. They were under state law. There was a zero-tolerance policy that they had to apply. And by applying something that by duty in their positions, they were a little harsh.
Nobody was hurt when the plastic bottle of chemicals caused a small explosion on campus. Kiara will return to Bartow High next year. Hardaway says he's trying to clear her record. Investigators say an employee at Disneyland in California has told them that the dry ice bomb he placed in a trash can had results he didn't expect. The dry ice created a small blast Tuesday, and Disneyland briefly evacuated the Mickey's Toontown section of the park, but no one was injured. 22-year-old Christian Barnes has been arrested for investigation of possessing a destructive device. The Council on American Islamic Relations wants the Justice Department to investigate the shooting death of a man from Chechnya linked to one of the Boston Marathon bombing suspects. The FBI was questioning Ibrahim Todashev in his Orlando home about his friendship with Tamerlan Tsarnaev. CARE spokesman Hassan Shibli insists that Todashev wasn't armed.
We have confirmed through senior sources within the FBI that Ibrahim was indeed unarmed when he was shot 7 times, once in the head, what appears to be even in the back of the head.
Other reports say Todashev lunged at the FBI agent with a knife. So far, the FBI has said very little on the record about this case. Tea Party groups are suing the IRS and the Obama administration over targeting of conservative groups. The suit by the American Center for Law and Justice names Attorney General Eric Holder and Treasury Secretary Jack Lew as defendants, along with Regional Director Lois Lerner, who took the fifth in a congressional hearing. Florida's Republican senator says the IRS scandal is another good reason to give Obamacare the heave-ho. Marco Rubio says the agency's targeting of conservative groups calls into question whether it's up to the job of helping implement the Affordable Care Act.
The question is, was this done deliberately for political reasons, or is this sheer incompetence? And that's why it's so important that the United States, through its Congress, do everything it can to get to the bottom and answer those questions.
Rubio says the IRS would be the agency asking Americans to prove they have health insurance and fining them if they don't. Rubio says if the IRS isn't able to carry out that task, another agency will be assigned the job or a new bureaucracy would be created. He says it's best to overturn Obamacare. The family of late Penn State football coach Joe Paterno is suing to overturn NCAA sanctions against the university for the Jerry Sandusky child sex abuse scandal. A lawyer says it will challenge the findings of a report by former FBI Director Louis Freeh that was the basis for those sanctions. Two Massachusetts men who set up a prank call between Bucks GM Mark Dominic and Buffalo Bills GM Buddy Nix facing federal wiretapping charges. Prosecutors say the men then sold the secretly recorded phone call to the website Deadspin.com. The men are due in court next week, and they face 5 years in prison if convicted. News Radio 970 WFLA. It is 8:05. Here's the Wall Street Journal report, a service of the Holland Group Retirement Wealth Advisors. Radar showing some very light shower activity moving through central Polk County and Manatee County. Your UV index is a 10 today. Right now it is mostly sunny in Tampa, 75 degrees in St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater, 74 at your severe weather station, News Radio 970 WFLA. Next update at 8:30. I'm Jenny Dean.